Today I'm going to be sharing the March Smart Art Box and showing you my project. Hi, I'm Lisa, the artist behind Lachri Fine Art. If you are unfamiliar with what the Smart Art Box is, it is a monthly subscription box where every month they send you a box full of whatever art supplies you need to complete a different project. And each month it's going to be a different theme and a different project, different medium, all kinds of new stuff. This is now available in many countries. You can check in the video description to see if it's available where you live. Just for transparency, Smart Art Box did provide me with my box so that I could make this video from it. Now, besides the fun of just having something new come each month, it's like Christmas because you have no idea what it's going to be. In these boxes is the brochure. It's a really nice brochure. It goes over the history of whatever project you're working on. It gives you project pointers, and it goes over what the tools are, how best to use them, and then on the back you have step-by-step instructions. So if it's something you've never done before, you are not going to feel lost. So let's go ahead and take a look at what came in this month's box. It is heavy. Like seriously, I could totally do a workout right now doing this. So first we have our brochure, which we've already gone over. We have a coaster mold, a Creative Mark flat paintbrush, a large bag of Mosaic stone cement. I'm not sure what that is yet. I'm sure the instructions will tell me. A wrinkled piece of transparent matte something. We'll find out what that is too. And a bag of really pretty stones. Now, those of you who know I'm obsessed with teal and aqua colors, this bag makes me really happy. I've done mosaic work in the past, but whenever I did those tiles, it was like it was covering something else, covering a chair, covering a Lazy Susan. I decorated those, and then I used grout. I've never used cement or a mold, so this was all new for me. If you've not done your project, there are two things you want to make sure you have at home before you start. I guess they're common household items. The first is Vaseline. The only reason I have that is for when I have to take my studio assistant's temperatures. Too much information. The next thing they suggested that you use or have are disposable cups. That's not something that I have, so I ended up using a Ziploc baggie to mix my cement, which worked really well because I was able to cut the corner off and just squeeze it into my mold, which was probably easier than a cup. So if you don't have disposable cups, if you've got the thick Ziploc bags, I would not use this on a little flimsy one. This one was a freezer type. That is an option for you. So now let's take a look at my project. I had a couple of you ask me to do a voiceover on the last Smart Art Box for the future Smart Art Boxes, so I thought I would try that for this one. So what I've done is drawn out my pattern on a piece of paper. I've already put Vaseline on the bottom of my mold. Now I've got the contact paper, which is upside down. It's just clear, basically clear, sticky, kind of a low tack tape. So I am sticking my little tiles in here where I want them for my swirl. This was totally different than how I've worked before when I did tiles. Very, very different. So the cool thing about this box was that it showed me how to use molds and how to make different things with these tools. Way easier than the way I'd been doing before. Now these are cool because if you don't like how you have things positioned, you'll see later on, I have to go back through and remove some of these little tiles. I just didn't give myself enough space for the green swirl that's going to go in between them. But it's really very forgiving. This is definitely something that I think kids can do too. It's pretty hard to mess this up. We'll just quickly put these in here. Now, once I get to the green, you'll see they don't quite fit right. I just didn't give myself enough space. So all I have to do is lift the blue ones off from where they currently are. Give myself a little more space in there. It's okay for them to be touching. You just don't want them overlapping each other. can see I just decided to go ahead and move all of those little blue ones out of the way so that I could fit my green ones in. Now I'm missing my clip for how I mixed the cement in a Ziploc bag, but it worked really well. I just mixed it up really well by mushing the cement in with the powdered cement in with water in that baggie. I didn't have to use a spoon or anything like that once I had the measurement. Once it was all mixed, I cut a corner off of the Ziploc bag and just squirted it on top of this. Kind of how, I don't know if you guys have ever done cake decorating. They'll put the frosting in a little bag and squeeze it out. That's essentially what I ended up doing here. I think it was even easier than it would have been had I had one of those disposable cups like it said to use in the instructions, because it was very low mess. Is that a way to word that? Low mess? It wasn't very messy in doing it that way. I didn't have to use spoons or anything like that to scoop it out. I just squirted it out onto the plate. One thing I did do wrong is I put too much. I squirted way more into the mold than I needed, so I didn't end up with a totally flat surface, but I ended up being able to fix that with an X-Acto knife, and I will explain that when I get to that part. Okay, so there is, after I had finished squirting everything in there, I must have hit play and mixed up play and record and whoops. So anyway, once that was filled in there, when you look closely at my edges, see how I've kind of got the cement overlapping over the mold? That was not ideal, not what I was going for there. But now I let it dry. It only took about an hour. Now you can see this looks like a hot mess. This looks terrible. So I followed the directions on the instructions. Next, I peel up that contact paper, which was a bit hard to get the corner up on. I used an X-Acto knife to kind of peel that up. It did not want to come up easily with just my nails. After I peeled that off, which I'm still working on here, you'll see that some of the cement covers part of the tiles. So what the instructions said to do is take an X-Acto knife and scrape some of that cement off of the little tiles. You can see how much of them are being covered. Cement spilled underneath. I wiped it off with a damp cloth first and realized that cement was really dry, so it wasn't just going to wipe off easily like when I've grouted things before. So the instructions said to take an X-Acto knife and you can just scrape that cement off of the tiles. I spent a couple of minutes doing that. And once I got them all cleaned off, you can see the edge of the mold, how I've got cement that spilled over, so it's not square at all. I didn't do this on video because I wasn't sure if it was going to work, and I really wish I would have left the camera on now, but I went through and shaved off the excess cement on those edges, and I ended up with a perfectly smooth, square coaster by the time I was done with it. I just slowly shaved off the edges, just like I'm shaving off the cement over the tiles here. And I didn't even cut myself once, which is kind of a miracle. I'm not allowed to play with sharp objects. I'm cringing watching myself doing this now, thinking, oh, why was my thumb on that side of that razor blade? How did I not cut my thumb off? Yeah, be more careful than I was. You know, you think you're being really careful while you do something, but when you watch yourself in video, yeah, it's making me cringe. That is just an accident waiting to happen there. Don't put your thumb on the other side of the X-Acto knife. You can see it doesn't take that much to get them to scrape off and clean those edges. So I went around the entire coaster, cleaning these off, just chipping the cement off of those tiles. Once that was done, I went ahead and shaved the edges off so it was nice and smooth. And then I went and used the cement sealer. So here you can see after the edges were shaved off, we've got this bottle of cement sealer. I used the paintbrush that it came with and painted this over the entire coaster, front, back, and sides. And now I have a very cute coaster that's actually usable, which I was impressed with. I didn't think I would do a job well enough to want to use the coaster when I was finished, so this was a lot of fun. It came out so much better than I expected. So this was a lot of fun because, like I had said before, I've done tile stuff, but I've never done anything with a mold. This was a lot of fun. And the great thing is this box came with plenty of supplies, so I can definitely make myself some more of these. And you know, the fact that it's in some of my favorite colors didn't hurt. If you are interested in signing up to get your own smart art box, I have a link below in the video description that will take you over to their website. Thanks for watching. If you're new to my channel, I have new video critiques every Tuesday where I am critiquing your original paintings or drawings, my own speed paintings, drawings, and tutorials every Wednesday, art Q&A videos each Thursday, and artist vlogs every Saturday. So if you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. And you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+. All of those social media sites are linked below in the video description where you can keep up with news, my newest work, and see real-time clips of whatever it is I'm currently working on. I'll see you guys in a few days.